Hey guys, today is Tuesday, and normally I am prepping for Bible study right now, but instead I'm waiting on a special delivery. Last night about 9:30, I received a text that Judy and David needed a babysitter for Julie Marie. Judy has a doctor's appointment, just a checkup. So I am going to get to babysit for a little while today. And so I put a real quick thing on the community tab saying that Bible study was canceled for today. And so now I'm waiting. And my house is not baby proofed at all. And Julie Marie is moving a lot more than she used to. Which I haven't had her but a couple of times, and for a very short amount of time, both of those times. But yeah, she's active now. she's moving, but that's fine. I'm gonna be right here with her the entire time, so it's not like she's gonna get into anything. And even whenever my kids were little, they were always with me. Even though my house was baby proofed, they were always with me. Because that's just the way it was. If they weren't with me, they were with another adult. They were with their daddy or whatever. But anyway, like in the house, they were most of the time with me because I stayed at home. I was a stay-at-home mom then, whenever they were little. I didn't work much throughout their lives. Anywho's, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about today. I did not run the dishwasher last night because I didn't have many dishes in there, not enough to wash. I do need to empty the dish drainer, and believe it or not, I have another load of clothes to wash, but that's okay. I got my desk mostly done yesterday. That's my controller. That's the only thing over there other than stuff that lives on my desk. All of this is mostly done. Those are the books. Those right there are the books I'm using right now doing my planners. And that's stuff, books that I want to read, and also stuff I need to go through. So I'll probably go through those things today. But the rest of it is okay. Other than the thing under my monitor, I really need to organize that. It's gotten crazy. But that's okay too. But I don't know what I'm doing today other than that. According to how long that Julie Marie is here today, that didn't sound right. I didn't say that right. Something. Anyway, supper will depend on how long she's here. I planned on making a new recipe, chicken tetrazzini, which we've never had before. Sounds really good. It came in my power bill this month, and I'm pretty sure anybody who is on Alabama Power got it on their power bill. I don't know if this is the real recipe. I know it's someone's recipe. I don't know if I can find it for you guys, but I'm going to see if I can. Now, if I find that I don't have time to cook that because Noah's coming home from work to eat lunch, supper, dinner, whatever. If I don't have time to fix that and share it with you guys, that's my thing. I wanted to share it with you guys. I'll probably do something like just the meatballs and taters because I've shared that before, and that's a super quick, easy fix. You know, I have buns left from where we had burgers yesterday, and Sloppy Joe's is on the menu, so I may do that instead of the chicken tetrazzini if time. We got to think about the time. So let's see. Oh, I just restarted my computer because it needed it, and I've got to get everything back up because I need it to be up. All right, so let's see. I don't know what is going on. There's all kinds of things going on. I don't know what I was gonna say. I think I was gonna figure out what time it was. It's 11:29. Okay. No, it's not. It's 10:29. Now it's 10:30. I can't even see. Anyway, she should be here soon. So I'm gonna get off of here and I will be back when I'm doing something. I don't know what. Notification told me today that the oil storage thing is supposed to be here today, and I will be sharing that with y'all if it gets here. It's supposed to have been out for delivery yesterday, but then I found out it's in Georgia. What? Anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, Julie Marie left, I don't know, a little while ago, and that's the aftermath of, I just kind of kicked it over. Because I haven't mopped in a few days and she loves to be in the floor. Plus, I've never wanted to put a baby just straight on the floor. I put down a big king-size comforter for her, and then I have pillows down there because we have concrete floors. So, I stayed down there with her the whole time too, just because I was hanging out with her. And we watched Baby First TV. I thought whenever we got Friendly TV that I would never watch that channel. Today changed that. Not because, you know, I wouldn't want to watch it because, you know, if there's a baby or there's no, okay, let me start that over. I didn't think there was going to be a baby around for a very long time, where that I would be watching TV with or whatever. Well, they live 2 hours away, so she normally wouldn't be here. Anyway, Judy's appointment went well. She's doing well. The baby's doing well. She's a little over 11 weeks now, and they did an ultrasound, and the baby's just moving all over the place. So that's good. It is now close to 3:30, and there's something on my screen. Okay. It's close to 3:30, and I'm thinking I want to go ahead and start supper because I have to cook the chicken before I actually do the other parts. It's like you cook the chicken, you cook the noodles, you cook the sauce, and then you, what am I trying to say? And then you put it all together and cook it again in the oven. Yeah, it's a casserole. So my plan is to season this chicken. Jeff took it out of the freezer for me and put it in a baking dish, but it's not thawed at all, really. I don't think. I've got 2 chicken breasts here, and I'm just going to season them a little bit. It doesn't say to season them, but I'm going to anyway, just because I don't like cooking stuff without seasoning. And y'all, chicken, if it's not seasoned, I don't want it. If it's not seasoned well, it's not good to me. So I'm gonna put on here, this is the chicken tetrazzini, and the ingredients that are in this is just salt and pepper as seasoning. So, and I've never had this recipe before in my life. It keeps getting out of focus whenever I look away. Does it do that all the time, or is it just me? Anyway, never had it before in my life, but we're gonna try it. And I'm gonna, okay, let me open that. I can usually open it really easy with 2 hands. I'm gonna put some of this adobo, which is an all-purpose seasoning. It has salt, garlic, black pepper, oregano, and turmeric in it. So I'm just going to put some of that on it. And I'm just going to let it bake. Like that. I'm not going to put anything else. And then this 9x13 pan I have that I'm putting the chicken in, that the chicken is in to bake it. That is what I'm going to cook the chicken tetrazzini in. But I want to get this in the oven. Let it get cooking. Let it get done, and I can't remember if it said it needed to be shredded or just chopped. Let's see. cooked and chopped. Okay, so I'm gonna let that cook and then I'm gonna chop it. And I'll be back to finish that up with you whenever it's time for that. I just want to let you know what I was doing. But I did get my package, and this is the case. I haven't looked to see if everything's here or not, like online, but I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's like something all over it, and I don't know what that is. I'm kind of afraid it might be like mildew or something. It doesn't smell pleasant. Then again, it could be from the thing, because this is just like a cloth that is over it. I don't know. As expensive as it was, it should be clean. It should be brand new. It shouldn't look like this. And I don't, it was like 20 bucks for this little thing, but I've been trying to figure out something. But there's also, let me flip the camera around. I don't know, I'm pretty sure y'all can see it, but there's also a line here where that it's, I don't know, but you can see there's stuff, like something all over it. I don't know if I should contact Walmart or what I should do, because it's like one of their things from online that Walmart is selling. It's like the way that Amazon does, but I don't know. But for the price, it should not have this stuff on there. Now, I could understand if I bought it secondhand or something like that. But, and I don't think that's really dirty or anything. But it just looks funny. It does not look like the picture. It's not as pretty as the picture. But I don't know. Y'all, I'm tired. Not because of watching Julie Marie, but because y'all know I had my schedule messed up. And then I had to be up this morning for her. And then for whatever crazy reason, I was afraid I wasn't going to wake up. And I woke up 2 hours earlier than I should have. So, yeah. I do that whenever I'm like supposed to be waiting on someone for something, or if I have an appointment or anything like that happens and I was supposed to be up at a certain time, that's the morning. Now if it's at night or evening or something like that, I don't do this. But if my appointment or whatever is like morning time, I wake up and I'm just awake. That doesn't even look, it's not even got the same logo. Okay, hold on, y'all. This is bugging me. Okay, this is it. And it's $24.99 actually, how much it cost. Now it's all of a sudden out of stock. But to see that, okay. No, that's not the same. Yeah, it's that brand. Oh goodness, what did I do? I opened something up. I opened up all kind of things. Good afternoon, what are you? Microsoft Office? No, I didn't open you up. But anyways, it is the same brand because these say it. And I'm not too worried about that being different. I kind of like that better. But it bothers me that that stuff is on it. What would y'all do? I don't know. But everything is like there that's supposed to be there. All the things. Oh, this one looks like that. Okay. So, I don't know. It's fine. I'm just going to just use it. That's so photoshopped. Don't y'all just love it whenever they photoshop stuff? It's so obvious. It's so obvious and so funny. But, and that right there shows more bottles than what actually came in it. But, see, that one is the other one. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine. There's one down there for $12. What? Which it doesn't hold as many, but it's only like 7 different. I may end up having to get another one, so I may get that one. Because I'm gonna have to have another one probably. But instead of me sitting here running my mouth about it, I've already decided I'm keeping it, so I'm stopping running my mouth and I'm just gonna go ahead and put the things in it. I guess I'll do that with y'all while my chicken's cooking. Might as well. But what I'm gonna do is move some stuff around. I'll be right back. Okay, so let me scooch this back. Y'all, this is more important than seeing my face anyway. It comes with the pipettes and stuff, which I already have some of those. But it comes with those, so I'm gonna put those in a spot that it has up here up top. Y'all can't see that spot, but I'll show it to you. Oh no, they're gonna have to go the other way because that way they're just gonna slip right back out. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about, but you'll see. Alright, so there's pipettes, and there's a bunch of little funnels, which is pretty cool. There's like 4 of them. This is one reason I liked it, because it had all these little things with it that I don't actually have. And I find that I want to use at times, but I don't have, or might be nice to use. Then it has this little bottle opener, which I've never had a bottle opener before, and I guess this goes on it. I don't know, but I'm gonna put this. I think that's what it happened, how it's supposed to be. It doesn't have instructions. That was annoying too. I mean, you know, you probably don't need instructions, but I would like to have known if this is correct, if this is what this is for. If it's not, oh well, it is now. Right? Yay! Y'all, the tiredness is getting to me. I was thinking about taking a nap, but then I thought, no, I don't need to take a nap. Why does it have a hole in it? Or maybe this is for this. For you to have. You better quit, girl. You got food. I think this might be for this, not for that. I don't know. I'm putting it on something. Stop it, Daisy. This is plastic, I think. Is this glass or plastic? No, it's glass. It's pretty. It's pretty colors. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but it is pretty colors. But this, I think, Cat, you fixing to drive me nuts. She's over here scratching on her food thing because her bowl is not completely full. I don't know what's going on with her lately. She's just gone slap bang nuts. Alright, I'm going to put that back in there because these are little bitty roller bottles that you make like blends with. I'm going to put these up here in this. I may take those funnels out and put them in something else because I don't really like the way they look up there. They're like sticking out and I'm afraid it's going to mess that up. But I may just let them just float around. Anyway, some of these already have labels on them, but some don't. So what I'm going to do is see if there's a label here. If there's not, I'll just put the right one beside it. I wish these were in alphabetical order, but they're not. No, ma'am. Cat, you fixing to drive me crazy. Let me go, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And y'all, I am beginning to wonder if she's crazy. Like, not crazy, I shouldn't say that. I'm beginning to wonder if the cat has some kind of something wrong with her. Because there's food over there. She's still got wet food and she's got her regular dry food. It's over there. And she acts like there's nothing there. I think she may be senile. And I'm not just joking. I'm not just saying that. I think there's something wrong with the cat. Or she's just spoiled. I don't know. I just don't know. But anyway, I put clary sage and then I put sage right there. Here's my big problem. Some of these I know I only have one of. Some of them I know I have more than one of. And I don't want to go ahead and put them. And what I should have done is separated them and then put them in. But y'all know me, I'm just gonna go for it and do it wrong. So I'm gonna grab the ones that I know I have more than one of and put them in to this. And also, after I get done with this, I'll know if I need like another thing, like another one of these or something. I was fixing to say I thought I saw more than one pine. But I know that some of these also are open and other ones are not. And I'm not really looking at that yet. Right now, I'm just going to put them in there beside each other the way that they need to be and all that stuff. There's peppermint. Put it over there because I don't know if I have another one. Like this one is Happy Joy. I know I don't have another one, so I'm going to stick it there. This one is B.O.B. Gone, which is body odor. And I'm going to tell you something. That stuff, you put a little bit, no, like, how am I going to say it? If you're going to put it on, be ready to have it on for a long time. Or mix it with a carrier oil or something. Make you a deodorant out of it. Something like that. So there's Love, Lava, Beauty Within. Those are all blends. There's Good Vibes, which I don't really like that. I don't like, you know, vibes and all that kind of stuff. Ylang Ylang. I'll put that together. And I'm beginning to wonder if this is going to even, like, this is supposed to be for this size bottle. And they fit in the spots, but they are tight. I don't know. I'm just a little bit concerned about, ooh, sorry. Concerned about this whole thing. Everyone on this row is a blend. That's alright. That's a good thing though, right? Have your blends together, I guess. There's the Tranquility. What are you? Peace and Quiet. I think I only have one of those. Bergamot. Candy Cane. I need to be doing, oh, nope, there's another Peace and Quiet. I didn't know I had two of those. It's from getting that box. There's Digest. She stopped her craziness now. Sweet Dreams. Supposed to help you sleep. Sleepy. Defender. A lot of these are Simply Earth. What's that one? Homebody. Copaiba. I have another Copaiba too that I need to put with the same, you know, beside each other or whatever. Geraniums, nutmeg, Breathe Easy. That's what you need right now this time of the year. Veins. It's supposed to help with like varicose veins and things. Stop it. So loud. Here's two of these lavenders. It's actually lavender 4042. It's not full on lavender, but I know I have some more lavender, so I'm going to leave that spot right there empty, or kind of empty. And I just saw another clary sage. Why do I have so many? So I'm moving these to where they're all together. Oh, did you find your food, ma'am? I'm telling you, this cat. These are mixes too, or blends, so I'm going to put them right there. I don't understand the cat. Cedar wood. I've got like wood ones over here, like fir needle, pine, cedar, or cedar wood. Vanilla woods is actually a blend. It smells so good. Here's cedar wood atlas. And I don't have any particular reason why I use certain ones. I mean, there are some of them, the reasons I have certain whys. But I mostly just use them for diffusing because I like the way they smell or whatever. Put the copaiba here. And I saw another one. I know I saw another one. See, there's dust everywhere. And that's another reason why I wanted to do this, because of the dust. Goodness. Alright, this citrus burst in blood orange. Mandarin. Grapefruit. Oh my goodness, why? There's another bergamot. But I thought I had another bergamot in the other brand. Citrus fresh. Oh goodness, stop making so many notes. I guess the lime can go with the citrusy ones. Yeah, I don't think this is for the 15 milliliter bottles. I really am not thinking it is. There's an orange. Put it in there. And a lime. I mean, it's gonna work, but I don't think that they were supposed to be like that. Put the spearmint with the peppermint over here. Okay, it was supposed to hold, see, this is not even holding this size bottle. And I thought it said, I need to go look, I think. Like it's not holding all of them like it should be. If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense anymore, because it just feels like it's a little bit crazy. Tea tree. Nutmeg. There's frankincense. What are you? Geranium, another geranium. Cassia, which is kind of like it's a cinnamon kind of situation, but it's not cinnamon. Okay, I'm not going to be able to put these bigger bottles on the side. I'm going to have to put the little bottles which I do have small bottles, and it'll be fine. But it's kind of like, why did it say it was that size if it's not? There's nutmeg and coffee and thieves. The little guys even don't even want to fit in there. Peppermint, black pepper, there's another lime. There's another coffee. I have 2 coffees. Why? I don't know. Because I do. Okay. I'm definitely going to have something else to put this in. Like, this is not big enough for all of my oils. Because I still have some in another container. Like, in other things. So it's definitely not big enough for all that I have. Put this vetiver right there. Actually, do I have a vetiver? No. I'm gonna say about 40 more times and drive myself crazy. I'm just not liking the way this is working out. Juniper berry, I don't think I have any more than one of those. So I can put it there. Geraniums I can put right here. Trying to figure out what I can put in here. I've got 3 more spots. So I can put the camphor there. The oregano, I only have one of those. And the cage put, I only have one of those. So I have all of these spots full. And I still have all of those. Plus, there's some in those boxes. Not all of those boxes have them, I don't think. But yeah, I didn't know I had that many oils, y'all. Oh, and this is the top part. And these, they just didn't, I didn't like how they were in one of these. I'm not doing good. These, I didn't like how they were in one of those. So I'm not putting them in there. But I've got to figure out, okay, I can put this in one of these little pockets, and this one I can put in one of these pockets. So those 2 fit there. I don't know if these others are gonna fit. I don't even know what this one is because there's no label. Oh, it's all over me now. I don't know what that is. Kind of smells like, oh, I know what that is. Oh, this is the empowerment one that it was a recipe. It's kind of smells like bug repellent. Yeah, that's it. But I've got to figure out, I thought, do I have more cinnamon? I don't know. I'm going to put these in here. I'm wondering if I already put some copaiba in here because, yes, I did. So I've got some more in here. So I'm not going to have that one in there. But I'll put the Palmarosa because I only have one of those. Ooh, there's an empty spot. I'll put the basil in there. Like I said, no rhyme or reason, just in there. Just somewhere contained. And then it's got this thing. I don't know what it's for, other than I think it's for like, oh, that's not even gonna fit. How? I don't think this thing is for 15 milliliter bottles. It can't be. Something. I don't know. Maybe I can't put these things in there, but otherwise, what is the point of the pockets? If I can't put things in the pockets, why have the pockets? Y'all, this is getting to be a little bit of an annoyance. Okay. So it's in there. So I've got those. Now I have to buy another case. And no more oils for a while. I didn't even put these back in there. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to put all this stuff in that box so that it's together. And I can talk to y'all while I'm doing it, but I'm going to put these things in this box. Because I want to empty this tray and the more things that are contained, the better. And I guess I'm gonna order another container to hold oils. This can just be on top. And now I'm gonna clean this thing up, this stuff up. Actually, I'm gonna use this to wipe the dust out, and then I'll just clean it with actual cleaner. These things, I've got two of them. They say they're $25. I got them from at home, but I only paid like $2 for them. Okay, so I'm gonna look at this and see if it's supposed to be for my size. Bottles, it says 70 bottles, stickers, opener, funnels, all the things like that. Five, 10, 15 milliliter bottles. Yes, it's supposed to hold my bottles. I thought so, but it barely, and it wouldn't have if I would have put 70 15 milliliter bottles. It wouldn't have. I mean, it works, but it's a little bit annoying. It's got it on there twice. Fit 5 milliliter, 10 milliliter, and 15 milliliter oil bottles perfectly compatible with Art Naturals therapeutic grade aromatherapy for pure aroma, for Rada Beauty, for S-Lux, for Anjou, for UR Beauty, for One Pure Aromatherapy, for doTERRA, and Young Living, and endless oils. So it's advertising that it would fit for all kinds. It's supposed to be shockproof and semi-waterproof. And it's supposed to have extra space with 4 inner pockets. But those pockets, you can't really put anything in them. Like if you put your roller bottles in there, it wouldn't really fit. I mean, it's okay though. But it's out of stock now anyway. I'm not going to recommend it to y'all though. I mean, it's okay. But I don't know if I'd buy it again. They have it on Amazon too. But I don't know. I don't know. If you guys are interested in it, I will put it in my Amazon store because I can't put it in Walmart thing. But I just don't know. I don't know. It's okay. I'm going to look at the chicken because that took me forever, it seems like. But I am happy with that smaller area where all my oils are. Yes, I mean, drinking a Dr. Pepper. This is the first one I've had today. And I don't usually drink them at, you know, like this time of day. But I don't know. I like the color of it, but I don't like that it had the stuff. I think my problem with this is it started out with issues. Like the shipping. It was supposed to be here days ago. And then they said it was delayed. And then they said it was out for delivery. And then they and then it wasn't. And then it was delayed again. So that started me, that tainted things a little bit. You know how things can happen. That smells so good. But anyway, that kind of, you know, annoyed me. One of those things. And then the fact that whenever I open it up, I expected for it to be nothing wrong with it, and then it had all those black marks on it. It's like, why? But I'm okay with it. I'm okay. Y'all, usually I get annoyed about things, but then I'm alright. But it does seem sturdy, but I wouldn't tote it around like this. This is not for me to tote around. This is just for me to have sitting somewhere, and that's about it. And use it, you know. Have my oils organized. But I am going to have to buy another case. And I'm going to have, which I have stopped buying oils right now. But I'm going to have to stop buying them. I'm like, what am I trying to say? Keep it on pause. That's what I'm trying to say. Not buy any for a while. And use them more. I haven't been using them as much as I used to. I used to use them every single day. And I haven't been doing that. Maybe I need to get a couple of the ones out. But look at my tree. It's so pretty. Look at that tree. It's so pretty. Alright. So I'll come back whenever I am cooking. No. Well, I'm already cooking. When I'm doing more with the cooking. I'll come back then, because then you're going to actually see the recipe. And I'll go ahead before I come back and cut up the chicken and get the noodles cooked, because that part needs to be done before I can actually put the sauce together and all that. So I'll come back then. Okay guys, I know I said I was going to come back whenever my noodles and chicken were done, but I'm just going to do the noodles right now because I've got to cook the sauce anyway. So the noodles can be getting done while I'm doing the sauce. Plus I'm going to steal some of this pasta water to make some chicken broth with my bouillon, because you need hot water. I need somewhere else to put this because I don't have my little thing out. So I'm going to sit it right there. Y'all can't see it, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, chop up too much onion. I already did that. I'm going to add in to this pan my onion and butter, but I'm going to put the butter in first. I need a stick of butter and a half of an onion is what it says. But I got the whole onion there already cut up, so I'm going to let that sit there and melt. Whatever onion I don't use, I will just put away. And I know that normally whenever I make a recipe, I make it exactly like it says the first time. But I did season that chicken. I just don't know. I just don't want to not season chicken. Also, it doesn't say what size onion. And that onion I had wasn't very big. So I don't know if I need to put all of it in there or not. I'm just gonna kind of hope that I get things right. And if not, I won't ever know. Unless you guys tell me. But I want to saute the onion in butter. That's what I'm supposed to be doing, and it's melting, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. I don't know if I should put it all in or not. It's such a dilemma. We do love onion, but I don't want more than what we need. That'd be about half. The only thing with recipes like this is they don't tell you like the exact, like normally recipes will say 1 small onion, 1 large onion, something like that. This is not telling me that. This is just saying half of an onion. We love onion. If it's a mistake, I made it. We need vegetables, right? I'm just going to put it all in there. Anyway, I'm going to saute this and let it cook up for a few minutes. And then I will go on to the next parts. But while this is going, I'm going to go ahead and get some of this water out of here and make up this bouillon so that I can have some broth for it. Because I need 1 1/4 cups of chicken broth. So I need to get a cup. And actually, I'm going to use this to do it with, because why not? It's going to take a few minutes if I do this, though. Yeah, this is going to take a while. The things I do that are insane. Most things I do. Not really. But I decided to use this broth, this water from the pasta because 1, it mixes better with hot water, and 2, this is the reverse osmosis water, and otherwise it would just be wasted, so why not? Alright, that's almost 1 cup. Alright, there we go, 1 cup. I think I'm at 1 1/4. Not quite. Tiny bit more. There we go. I got it. And I'm going to stir up this pasta. It's almost where it needs to be, which is supposed to be 8 ounces of pasta. I hope that's enough, honestly. I don't know. We're going to see. And 1 tablespoon of this. No, 1 teaspoon. I'm glad I looked at that. One teaspoon of this in a cup of water is what you need for 1 cup. But I'm going to put a little bit over a teaspoon because I have 1 1/4 cup. And that's dissolved right in there. So that's ready when I need it. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I don't want to turn it up too high and cook it too fast. That is not my thing. Smells good already though. I do have my oven preheated to 350 as well. And I'm sorry for being so ranty and crazy. Actually, I filmed my Stalogy video today and it's a bit ranty and crazy too. So if you watch it, laugh with me, because I'm laughing now. But I can't redo those kinds of videos. I could do a voiceover, but I'm not. Because y'all know, like, y'all have days. No, I'm not ranty, I guess. I'm just confused about some things. And talking about it, discussing it. Trying to figure myself out. Probably never will, but that's okay. Alright, this is done, so I'm going to turn that off and drain this pasta. Alright, I'm going to stick my pasta in the back so that it can be, yeah, that's off. I may swap eyes because I like this one over here better. I don't know why. This one's not bad or anything. It's just, I think it's because I have that space right there to cook. I will swap over. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think those are at the point where they need to be for the next step. So I'm going to put in here flour, which is 1 teaspoon. Get out of there, flour. And then it has a teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. There's the salt. And a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Probably a little bit more because the way I'm doing it, but we don't care because we love pepper. It's fine. Mix that in. And now I'm going to add in a can of cream of chicken. Well, that's not going to work. That's why I love the silicone spatulas. Can of cream of chicken. And this is 10.5 ounces. So I need a cup of 1/2 and 1/2. Yes, a cup. So I'm going to put a little bit. I'm not going to fill this up, is what I'm trying to say. This can. Because essentially I need 8 ounces of 1/2 and 1/2. Close up refrigerator. Thank you. And then I can kind of clean out my can a little bit more. And I did wash my can. I always wash my cans. I'm going to put that in. And now, to get even more out, I'm going to put some of this broth in there. I know I'm going to use all this broth, but I want to get all the goodie out of there that I can. Because we need all the goodie. All the yumminess out of this stuff. Don't waste any of the yummy. I mean, you paid for the yummy. Get it out. Okay. Now, the next thing, let's see. Let me read. That's what the next thing is. Let's see. I need to add a soup, broth, 1/2 and 1/2. And then I need to add a jar of pimentos. Y'all, I'm sorry about this washing machine changing gears. If y'all have ever heard one do this, let me know. It's wild. It's wild in here, man. Okay. I have a little jar of pimentos. It's a 4-ounce jar, I think. Yes. And I'm supposed to have a small jar of diced pimentos. It does not say to, let's see. It does not say to drain the pimentos or anything like that, but I don't know. So I don't know about that part. I'm not going to drain them because of that. I'm sorry for flipping y'all around and doing weirdness with you, but I want to show this because No, I'm not doing, this is not me finding a reason to use this. I was planning on making this for a while, but I do want to use this. Let's see if it works. Okay. How's it supposed to go? Dude. Once I figured out it, you're supposed to go to the left. That was so easy. That is so much easier than what I normally do. Let me fix y'all back. Hi! But that was so easy to get that out. Now, I have never eaten anything with pimentos in it except pimento cheese, and I do not like pimento cheese. Unless it was some kind of something I didn't know about. So, we're going to do this thing. We're just doing this thing. Alright, so let me figure out what I have to do next, because that jar opener is awesome. It just flipped me out, y'all. Okay, I gotta let this come to a boil, and then I gotta take it off of the heat, and then I'll add my chicken back to it. So we're gonna let that come to a boil. While that's coming to a boil, I'm gonna add my spaghetti noodles. I used what is this called, linguine. I'm gonna put it in the 9x13 pan. I think that's what I'm supposed to do with it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Don't do that. Put butter in it. How much butter? It just says dot with butter. I don't know. There's a lot of butter already in this. I'm not adding butter to that. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. That just sounds like an immense amount of butter. There's already a half a stick in here. I'm not doing it. Okay, there's another thing I've changed. Y'all, I'm sorry. It's just what I'm doing today. I'm changing all the things. Not really. Just a couple. So, I'm going to let this come to boil. I think it already had started simmering or bubbling a little bit. But I'm going to take, comes to boil, take off stove and add chicken. So what I'm going to do is grab me a little thing to put here, a hot pad. It's starting to bubble. It doesn't say if it's supposed to be a rolling boil or anything like that, though. I think that's good. Alright, I'm going to take it off the stove. I'm going to add the chicken to it. Let's see. I was supposed to put the Parmesan cheese with the spaghetti sauce, or the spaghetti noodles, but I didn't do it, so I'm just going to stick it in this or whatever. It'll be alright. The Parmesan cheese, I'm going to go ahead and add in this. It's supposed to be a quarter of a cup. We're going to eyeball that because, oh, that's probably too much. It'll be alright. So, I'm going to add, just stir that in like that. And then stir the noodles into this. Come on out of there, noodles. Ooh, it's a little bit warm on the bottom. Alright, I'm going to stir this up, hopefully. And I did not cook my noodles completely because I knew they were going to have to go in this sauce. This is really bugging me that this It's such a small pan for all this stuff. But I did it to myself, but it'll be alright. I'm about to stick it into the 9x13. And like I told you, I'm going to put it right back in the one I cooked the chicken in, so y'all don't freak out whenever you see it. I'm going to turn this around. And I'm going to stick it right back in this pan. Yes, it's got all the stuff in it. But all that stuff is flavor. All that stuff is yumminess. And I'm not a flavor waster. I hope anyways. Okay. Now, I have to get it all in there. Try to move those noodles around into that, all the areas. And I'm also trying to get a little bit of that that's stuck on the bottom up off the bottom. Now the last thing I have to do is top with grated cheddar cheese and bake at 350 for 30 minutes or until bubbly. So I gotta hurry because Noah will be home from work soon, and this took longer than I thought. I've been cooking it for a couple of hours here because of the chicken and everything. I should have put the chicken on earlier today, or I should have put this together and put it in the crock pot, but I wanted to do it the way it said mostly. Alright, grating cheese now. Alright, I lied. Not really. I forgot that I had some grated cheddar already in there, so that makes life easier. It's supposed to be 2.5 cups of cheddar cheese. This is probably about how much is in this bag. So I'm just gonna add all of this to this. If I can get it out of the bag. Part of it is stuck. I'm making a mess that I don't like, because I'll have to clean it up. It'll be my fault though for making the mess. Alright, let's see. Is it supposed to be uncovered? Yes. It doesn't say covered, so I'm saying it's supposed to be uncovered. So 350 for however long that I can have it in there before Noah gets home. Hopefully at least 30 minutes. It should be 30 minutes. He shouldn't get home for that. And I'm probably going to do some of that garlic toast that I made. This may not even be enough cheddar cheese. I don't know. But we're winging it. Okay, so this is the chicken tetrazzini. For some reason I want to call it something else. Now I can't even think of what I've been trying to call it the whole time. But anyways, there's that. And then there's the garlic toast. I didn't put any cheese on top other than the Parmesan that's already in that. So that's what our supper is. Okay, so I wanted to tell you about the chicken tetrazzini. First of all, I've been trying to call it chicken cacciatore all day. I don't even know what cacciatore is. I've never made it. Never had it. Don't know, but now I'm curious. But anyways, that's what I've been trying to call it all day. Actually, every time I talk about it, really. So, my thoughts are it tastes a lot like chicken bacon ranch without the bacon. So, I think, well, it is like an Alfredo sauce. It's a lot like an Alfredo sauce. It probably is an Alfredo sauce after thinking about it. But with pimentos or whatever. It was good. I would cook it again. The boys both liked it. But if, when, whatever, that I do it again, I will not use a stick of butter. That's just too much butter. In fact, I'm gonna make a note on my thing so that I know how much, that it's too much butter. The onion was fine. All the seasonings were fine, but it was just way too much butter. And probably, instead of using cheddar cheese, I would probably use mozzarella or just whatever cheese. But it was good. And I know that the reason why it's Tetrazzini is probably because of the noodles, but I would probably make it with a different kind of noodle. So I would turn it into something completely different, right? No, not really. No, I don't know. Those noodles were fine, but Jeff and Noah seemed to have a problem getting it out of the pan, so I did it. But I was standing up. Temperatures plummet. What? Are we getting cold again? That will be nice. I know it was like 70, in the mid 70s today, maybe warmer. But now it's 67. What's it supposed to get to? It was 75 today is what it says. It's supposed to get down tomorrow. The high is 68 and it's going to be 35. Tonight the low is 67. Tomorrow night is 35. Okay, it's fine. It's supposed to start raining too. I hope it doesn't start raining on the way to whenever Noah is coming home, whenever Jeff's going to work, or whatever. Anyway, so the recipe's fine. It's just too much butter, way too much butter. I think a half a stick would be better, and maybe a little bit more flour to make it a little thicker, or like a cornstarch slurry to make that sauce a little thicker. But the flavor was yummy. Oh, whoops, I accidentally picked up my ink pen. But yeah, it was good. I don't know what else I'm doing today because I did wash a load of clothes. I actually just washed the thing that was the comforter that I had on the floor that the baby was on, and I sat down there with her the whole time, except when I went to go check the door because the FedEx man was here with that package. And so anyway, we both were down there. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I washed that and the stuff that was already in the washing machine, which was like dish towels and stuff like that. I need to wash another load of clothes, but I'm not doing that tonight. I'll just do it tomorrow. And I mean, it probably would be better for me to do it tonight because then it wouldn't be waking Jeff up. But I don't know. It probably wouldn't wake Jeff up. Let me just stop talking about it. It doesn't matter. I'll wash them when I wash them. But Jeff asked me how was the party. I was like, what party? He was talking about, he said it sounded like we were having a party in here some of the time because Julie Marie was laughing so much. She's a happy baby and it's good. But yeah, I don't know what else I'm doing tonight though. So I don't know, you know, I don't have anything else to share really. I still haven't gone through this stuff, but that's nothing to show you. I don't know. All I gotta do with dishes is just push a button. I've already loaded it, or we actually loaded as we go. So yeah, I'm gonna say 14,000 more times and really annoy my annoyed self today. Do you ever get annoyed with yourself? I know I've already asked that, but really, it's a thing. So I think I'm gonna go. And I don't even know what all was in this video. Not much. But I'm gonna go. Hopefully it's not too weird. And hopefully it's okay, this video, once I get done. But yeah, that I would do again. But I would use less butter because it was like, I like butter, but it was like oily, kind of. And something else I've noticed. I want y'all to tell me this. If this happens to you. I know it's probably weird. It's probably maybe gonna make some people like, ew, you're gross. I don't know if it will or not. But whenever I eat things like jalapenos or like a hot pepper, anything but bell pepper or sweet peppers, it's like I have, like, not my whole tongue goes numb, but I have like a numb layer on the top for a while. That's the only way I can explain it. Does that happen to you? And if it does, Does it ever happen whenever you eat pimentos? Because like I said, I've only eaten pimento cheese, and that was when I was 14 years old, years and years ago. Of course it was years and years ago. I'm 45. I'll be 46 next month. No, actually in January. Not next month, but next, you know what I'm saying. Hey, the day this is coming out is my YouTube anniversary. It'll be 6 years from the day I put my first video out. So that means today is 6 years from the day I filmed my first video. I just realized that when I looked at the date. But anywho's, it's not December, not my birthday. That's Jeff's birthday month. But in January, I will be 46. But anyway, do you ever get numb-ish tongue from peppers? But it does not happen when I eat bell pepper or those little sweet, like lunchbox is what Mr. Tom calls them, the lunchbox peppers. And they are actually called lunchbox because I've actually seen them in stores, like the plants. But yeah, does that ever happen to you? Because I've never noticed it happen with sweet peppers. Is a pimento a spicy pepper? I don't know that either. I need to look that up. Actually, Jeff said he didn't even know what pimentos was at supper. I'm like, wait a minute, what? You've been eating them your whole life, you like them, but you don't know what they are? I said, they're peppers. He didn't care. I mean, before, but he was curious. But anyways, we learn things new every day, and if we're not learning, that means we've given up. I don't really know if that's true or not. That's just my theory. So, I'm going to go because I'm getting goofy and I am tired. And I know I've said I'm going to go several times, and whenever I'm tired, I say things over and over again. It really drives me crazy. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you've been here the full 6 years, I'm sorry. Not really. I'm glad you're here. I know that there are a couple that have been here for at least 5 years. So, I really appreciate that. For you putting up with me that long. That is awesome. But yeah, I just noticed 6 years. I believe I'm right. Actually, I think I have it on, I think I have it on my calendar. That's calculator. Calendar. Yes. I'm right. Tomorrow will be 6 years. So, thank you for hanging out with me for either the 6 years or the 1 year or the 1 day. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you so much. And if you like this video, go ahead and do all the YouTube things. If you didn't like the video, do them anyway, because you might like something I do later. If you don't know what the YouTube things are, leave me a comment down below. But most importantly, leave me a comment telling me how you're doing, because that matters to me more than subscribing, liking, or anything else. I just want to know how you guys are, because I tell you how I am and you know I'm crazy. So that's okay. I'm a good crazy, not a crazy crazy, not the scary crazy. I'm the okay crazy. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for the years or months or days or weeks or hours that you've been here. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.